Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning, delegates. My name is Barry Holstein, and I stand in support of HCR 31, calling for a convention of states. Only 118 of 365 Gallup polls conducted since 1975 indicate that Congress has an approval rating greater than 35%. And only 22 of those 365 polls indicated an approval rating greater than 50%. They clearly do not represent us. Yet they retain their position for years and decades, and it's always by blaming someone else. It's never their fault. Did you know that 26 U.S. senators are 70 years old and older, and 31 have been in the U.S. Senate for at least 15 years? Did you know that 76 U.S. House members are at least 70 years old, and 66 have been in the U.S. House for greater than 15 years? Do you think they're going to limit themselves? Do you think they're going to call themselves into term limits? I don't think so. They're using their power for personal financial gain while subjecting us to tremendous debt. The national debt is now over $30 trillion. I know you've heard that many times already this morning, but one more time, $30 trillion. For reference, that's over $90,000 for each and every citizen. Have a family of 4, and your part is $360,000. Where do you want to get that money? And that's just to cover the current debt, not future spending, not future debt. Separately, according to the National Debt Clock, each and every citizen owes nearly $500,000. Each and every citizen owes nearly $500,000 to cover Social Security debt, Medicare debt, and other unfunded liabilities. Where will this money come from? Some say tax the rich. We hear that all the time. But quite frankly, if you took the entire net worth of the top 200 wealthiest billionaires in the United States, you wouldn't even cover 10% of the current debt, let alone the unfunded liabilities and future debt. Congress simply doesn't care to restrain their spending. Did you know that last year about 100 members of Congress bought and sold nearly $290 million in stocks and beat the market? I wonder why. Since 2019, Nancy Pelosi beat a bullish S&P 500 by about 30%, and in fact, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi recently defended congressional stock trading, stating that it was the right of lawmakers to cash in on corporations that they oversee. Because, according to her, it's a free market. If you or I did that, we'd be in jail for insider trading. But as we are realizing during this pandemic more clearly, rules are for peasants. Ladies and gentlemen, with ESG scoring and digital currency, a storm is brewing. We must return to the rule of law. We must return to our constitutional republic. We must return to our beginnings. We must exert our rights as a free state. The founders gave us a mechanism to address a runaway government, and now is the time to exercise that right as a convention of state. I urge passage of HCR 31. Thank you.
I'm here live in Philadelphia at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When you hear the phrase lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, these are the folks we should think of, those who anonymously gave their lives. Well, today you have a chance to volunteer. You need to volunteer for conventionofstates.com, the movement that's going to save the country. These folks were willing to step up and give everything. We need you to give just a little bit. Go to conventionofstates.com and volunteer today.